Hi. You might be wondering who I am. It's okay, I don't know either. It's like 3 in the fucking morning right now, and I'm playing this weird game called Halo. Don't know if you ever heard of it. I don't know, I hear that it's really popular, but also the worst game on the planet. Because it's back to looking how people want it to. Am I the one on PCP or is it you guys? So yeah, these Halo games, they have this weird thing, this toolie of toolsness called the Forge, or just Forge, because the Forge sounds kind of pretentious, and it was made by a bunch of not pretentious people who just like making video games. But anyway, this here Halo series has this thing called Forge, and it lets you make maps and game types of your own, so you could want to kill all your friends in vicious battles in space with military guns. What is sleep? See, I made this here map on the screen, the ska. Yes, probably it. It's called Teen Towers 1.1.4. I mean, I can't fucking remember, and neither can the game, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But it's a thing, and I made it, and people seem to like it. For whatever reason, I really don't get it. So yeah, people like minigames made in this, forage. And I made this one because, I wanted to copy all those people making things with towers, but I also wanted to make it more competitive. Because, you know, I'm 12. And like to hear people tell me that I'm good at things, because I'm not good at anything, and I don't have any friends. So yeah, people like these minigame things, and mine has swords and grenades and really big multicolored towers. The objective of the game? Murder everyone! Because it's a first-person shooter, and I wanted to make it more interesting than just stand there and watch as someone kills all your friends with the fly thing. So yeah, there's 4 towers. Well, no, not fuck me, dude. There's 5 towers. How the fuck did I forget how many towers I put on my own foot? But yeah, the objective of the game is to not die. You literally just want to be the last man standing, and then you win by not being dead when everyone else is dead. I mean, you can play this with as many teams as you want, but obviously red, blue, yellow, and green teams are, you know, the 4 primary teams of choice. So they're the ones that you are probably going to play on unless you play with some really weird cats. There aren't too many spawns, like, up at the top of the map, and there are no spawns on the bottom of the map, so if you choose to play with more than 4 teams, be warned, everyone's gonna spawn in a cluster in this middle tower, and it's kind of just a fucking death trap, and everyone will die horrifically and savagely. So yeah, people like this Halo thing, so I made a map. And I keep fucking saying that because I lose my train of thought trying to remember what words are. I don't sleep very much anymore because there's this girl I like, but she doesn't love me, so I'm kind of sad. I mean, it's a pretty basic game mode, like being 110% real for a minute. It's pretty basic. You can play this with anywhere from like 4 to 16 people or whatever the max is. I can't remember. It's been way too long since I've played. I think it's 16. 16 is the maximum players you can have. But be warned, the game does not like having 16 players on this map. Maybe because there's like 400 boxes and it doesn't know how to handle all of that and 16 people connected to the internet at the same time. So if you do this and you are playing on an original Xbox One, you just maybe won't have a frame rate if more than 1 tower falls at a time, and even then it's pretty random because the physics engine is kind of a joke. There's a lot of different strategies, but I'm gonna go over 3 strategies. The first strategy is sit at the top of the map and just nade spam. You have 18 grenades in total that you can work with. They have crazy knockback, like holy shit. These grenades will chuck you They will chuck boxes kind of like you can chuck boxes if you punch them, which is another strategy I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, you sit at the top of the tower and just fucking throw grenades at the sky and watch as the top layers of the towers that the enemies are standing on melt away in this beautiful, destructive, physics-based mess of a situation where shit just goes absolutely everywhere and also nowhere all at once, and it's kind of funny and terrifying. But yeah, using grenades is most efficient when you want to move 1 or 2 boxes, maybe 4 if they're at the very top of the pile. Otherwise, grenades are not very useful because they have very slight amounts of player knockback, but they're supposed to have a lot of knockback, but it just feels random and useless. It doesn't feel like it helps very much. It's kind of a detriment, actually, if you're trying to use grenades against players. Hopefully I catch footage of someone trying to ground pound and then me sticking them with a grenade and then just flying into the sky. Yeah, that's a thing that'll happen. I want to say that the sweet spot for players is probably minimum 4, 10 recommended, and 16 if you want to go balls to the wall and just have complete pandemonium for the entire match. Moving on to the second method that is at your disposal at any given time for absolute mayhem. You can knock over the towers just by smacking them with your energy sword. Now, be warned, it's very inconsistent thanks to the physics engine. Sometimes, when you smack a box at the bottom of the tower, you can punch the tower and it'll just fling away at Mach 10, or you'll have to hit it around 50 times to nudge it out, and then once it falls out of place, the whole thing just collapses in a direction. It takes out everything in its path most of the time. There have been a few rare instances during matches where a tower will hit another tower and just fall apart into it while the other tower stays standing. All the maps have about the same structural integrity. They won't fall over for no reason. They're pretty sound, actually, unless someone tears them down. Whether that be from the top going down or landing at the very bottom of the tower and smacking the piss out of one of the boxes to bring the whole thing down. The third, and depending on your skill level, best and or worst tactic is aggressive play. Now this is pretty standard in first-person shooters. You know, if you want to, you can just run and gun and be a badass and try and take everybody out in close quarters. It's a viable strategy. It is something that you can do 110%, but it's timing based. So obviously your weapon in this game mode is the energy sword. The energy sword has a lunge distance, and because of the way I have knockback set up, when you smack somebody with this thing, it doesn't matter if they're on your team or the enemy team, they go flying. You can literally punt one of your teammates by punching them in the back, and they will fly to the other tower. It can be used to send people to the middle of the map very quickly. It's very efficient for movement early game. If you coordinate, obviously. Otherwise, you're just going to punch your teammate and they're going to flail and freak out and just fall in the water and die. So if you're going to play hyper-aggressive, I actually recommend playing slow so that your opponent can attack first. Because if they attack first, you will be knocked backwards. And then your sword lunge, as long as you're still within range, your sword lunge will actually propel you back at them. And if you time it just right, they won't be able to attack you, but you'll be able to attack them and launch them away. That's something that I've noticed playing this. I'm trying to share like little tips that might make it easier or more fun to play, because that's the whole reason that I'm making this video. I might be a moron with less than 2 brain cells and this stupid little pea brain of a huge fucking head, but I want people to have fun. As funny as that is, with my tone throughout this entire video being as moronic as possible, it's just me putting on a show, because it's, for fuck's sake man, it's 3 in the morning, I am exhausted. I'm a Halo fan, and I love making maps in Forge, and I want to contribute my own unique experiences or my own reimaginings of classic maps. I'm currently working on whatever this map from Halo 2 is. I'm making it in Halo 5. My version of it is snow-themed. Still in a cavern, but it's more open. Because I can't build small maps. No matter how hard I try, I can't seem to build small maps. And then when I do, they're really awkward. But yeah, I mean, look at this map. It's pretty simple. The rules are simple to grasp. My only real, I guess, piece of advice I can give is don't be afraid. Something I've noticed, and I mentioned it earlier, people seem to panic when they start falling. And as long as you keep your composure and you're like more than 3 stories off the ground, that is completely unnecessary. And you do not need to panic in the slightest. Because as long as you are careful, you can usually figure out where you're going to land, for example, and you can correct yourself before you hit the floor. But this is my stupid little video of this goofy-ass map I made, because people love minigames so much, and I'm more of a competitive Halo player, so the whole point of this was to take a popular concept of physics-based towers that are destructible and kind of flip it on its head almost to make it more competitive. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's like a revolutionary thing. It's like nothing you've ever played before. It's like playing Halo CE on the original Xbox, if there's more than like 5 enemies on screen, because there's no goddamn fucking such thing as a frame per second. There's like 2, if you're lucky. Because this map has way too much going on, and the game doesn't know how to handle that. But yeah, if you do decide to check it out, thanks. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't have a great experience the first time you play, try hosting it yourself on your own internet. That might genuinely be an issue. I'm not sure how well the netcode takes the physics of this game, so experiment with your connection and other people's connections. And yeah, if you're on an Xbox One X, you probably won't have as many issues as the rest of us do. You know, this is a thing that I made. I mean, I have a Discord. So I guess if you want to play this or some of the other custom games that I've made in the past, go ahead and join the Discord. If you want to see more Forge stuff, probably 1 or 2 more minigames that are also a bit more on the competitive side. And then a couple of custom maps for Halo 5. I think I have 1 or 2 for Halo Reach and a couple for Halo 2 Anniversary for the Master Chief Collection as well. I will show off at some point. If you want to see all that stuff, you want to see some new Forge stuff, hi. Welcome to hell. Want to play Halo, want to shitpost about Craig, want to actually talk about being happy and looking forward to Halo Infinite instead of being a goddamn pessimistic dickhead who only likes Halo 3. Join the Discord. It'll be pretty fun. Make a habit out of playing custom games yet. I swear to God, I've only been trying to do it for like half a decade.